Ahoy, crypto pirates! Welcome to your Discourse Syndicate's effing Hangout. I am the captain, your captain, RG3, crypto expert, movie star, cruiser, crypto retired. I got it all, the pedigrees, man. Because why? Because I've been around and I've been talking about Hex for 4 freaking years. 4 years, guys. Happy birthday, Hex. We celebrated Hex's birthday on the cruise ship. Celebrity Cruises. Hold on, let me put the blunderbusses down. And we celebrated Hex's birthday on Celebrity Cruises with a bunch of badass Hexicans. Had a great time. Got on the ship. Went down to Cabo Wabo. 2 days down there, just going out in the nightclubs, eating town, having good Mexican food, just doing it up and going snorkeling and whale watching. And we just had a great time on top of the cool stuff that we did on the ship. I mean, Hexicans know how to party. I'm sorry. Haven't been to a Hexican meetup yet, or party, or a cruise. Look, it's one thing to go meet up, hang out, maybe have some drinks, kick it with the Hexicans. Wonderful time. Going to an event like a Las Vegas, going to one of Maddie's events, hanging out and having a good time, partying afterwards, even better time. But there's something about getting on a cruise with the Hexicans that just, there ain't nothing like it. Nothing like it. The networking opportunity, the things that go on the ship are just incredible. Incredible. I don't know if you guys saw my stream last week while I was on the ship, but Marlon Williams of the blockchain center in Atlanta, the Atlanta Blockchain Center, just phenomenal guy, putting together the PulseChain Foundation on his own, trying to put that together. What a professional's professional in this space. So lucky to have him, Hexicans. We have a winner with Marlon for sure. So check out his stuff. Check out our stream. Let me say hello to everybody. Elf Tony, always good to see you. Thank you for everything you do. I'm sure I'm going to see some numbers here in a minute. Side effects. What's up, my brother? Good to see you. Negative X, Frank. How about that? Negative X. Next again, Frank. Good to see you, man. Swearworks. I always love it when I see Swearworks, man. Just, I don't know what it is. That name just brings back memories of, Hexo's old streams when that was like the only stream we were all watching. Brings back memories of the old D Live days and throwing lemons at each other. And man, good to see you, Swearworks. And if you look there, I think Wild SJ has taken a post and said that everybody should go check out her Facebook page, that she has set up a group for Discourse Syndicate. And we are actually streaming live on Facebook, so you can send it to all your Facebook friends. So hi, Facebook. How you doing, everybody? See how long it lasts before they kick us off Facebook. Let's see here. Hello to you, Make It Miriam. Good to have you here. Effortless Crypto. Good morning. It's evening here, but good morning to you. Oh, wait a second. Let me see. Okay. I just got a private message. We have a new producer too. Well, not new. SJ's helping out, and she's kind of helping produce the show. She's probably going to come up here and talk a little bit, but she's been doing a lot of things for the Captain as far as all of my social media. She's helping produce the show. She's doing amazing thumbnails and videos and all that kind of stuff. She's really helping out a lot around here. So we appreciate her and all of her efforts. So go check out your Facebook and send it to all your friends and family so that they can see what's going on. I'm going to explain a little bit of who I am and where I came from. You know, we're not all OGs in here. Good to see Godfather J6. Bless you too, sir. Icosa, 2 cents. Not much movement. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Dorsey? Let's see how long. Good to see you, Dorsey. And Tarnweed, what's up? You two guys. Hopperman99, welcome. Eagle Owl, Greylock, getting hyped with this intro. Oh, thanks, man. It's ask some of the people in here, they'll say it's the greatest intro in all of crypto. I made that on my own. I actually did that intro on my own. It was like the only thing I've ever done, the last thing I've ever done as far as that type of editing and stuff. But that whole thing, the timer, the beat, and everything just kind of worked out. And yeah. Logi33, my son wants to become a pirate. It's a thankless career. Yeah. Pirates are, but it's the only thing I'd be. But yeah, try and dissuade them from that. Let's see. Stream with Marlon. Oh, Wild SJ has placed the stream that you can see with Marlon in there. That's the link. Let's see. Crypto Bendu. RG3 tried to take over the bridge and steal all the margarita mix on board. The CGFSW. Yeah. Smoking cigars out on the back deck. Eating dessert like was going out of style. Yeah. And you know, you guys know the Captain doesn't drink. I'm not a drinker. And those ships, they like you're either drinking all the time or eating all the time. Now the Captain is an eater, and yes, I was eating all the time, disgusting everybody. Everybody on the ship was disgusting me. Even SJ was like, dude, what are you doing, man? And she's like, her and Black Hexican, when we're out in town, like they're my eating buddies. Like it's like, hey, we're in the South, let's go get us some Southern fried freaking everything. And you know, they were my buddies. And now on the trip, they were like, dude, you need to chill. But anyway, there is no second best, Vic Bish. All right, everybody. Vic Bish, how you doing? Good to see you. DCC has the best intro in crypto. I'm sure he does. Because DC and me go way back. He's my buddy, and he is good at everything that he does. That guy is phenomenal. I just got off the phone with him this evening. We've got a Vegas party getting ready to go on, baby. Yes, we do. And Vic, I wouldn't fight with Dorsey. He's vicious. So just leave it be here. Yeah. All right, everybody. Well, tonight, the effing hangout, I'll tell you. So the reason that this guy's here with the bandana and the pirate shit is because I am the Hexican crypto pirate. Why is that? Because I am a self-proclaimed pirate in this space. Why? Because I didn't know what the hell I was doing when I got here, and I still don't know half of what the hell I'm doing, but I knew that this was important. And when I saw crypto screwing everything up and scamming everybody and taking people's keys, I was disgusted because it wasn't what I thought it was supposed to be. And then along came a guy named Richard Hart with a product called Hex and changed my whole view of what this space could be. And when he launched them, by God, he did what he said he was going to do. And when he did so, I said, I'm going to get all in. I'm going to go behind this guy, and I'm going to help create a community and build a community and do everything in my power to help to do so. So I did. I started this YouTube channel back in the days when there was only one other streamer or two. Nobody was on a regular basis except for Hexologist, Hexo, my buddy, my Marine buddy. So he and I were the two, guys that were streaming 2-3 times a week. He was streaming every day. I was doing this thing on Friday nights that I said, hey, I want to showcase the rest of these very, very smart, talented, go-getting, understanding human beings in the crypto space called the Hexicans, which I started calling them. And doing so, turning on the stream on Friday nights and allowing anybody to come in, which I don't think there's anybody out there who does what I do, which is I throw the link in Twitter, the Telegram rooms here. Anybody could come on the show. Now we've had to vet a little bit because people like to come in here and play with themselves and do stupid things like that. And, but it's, whatever. But this was the space where every Hexican was able to come in and just start their own stream or talk or whatever. And they did. A lot of the Hexicans that are out there streaming started here on Discord Syndicate on the effing Hangout. And, I was not the person that was passing along all the information. I did help like a regular guy understand and learn from all of the smart Hexicans how this system worked. We unpeeled the onion of the T-shares and what everything was early on in Hex and explained it to everybody and even had Dave Kyle on. And that's what we did here. We just educated people on the power of Hex. And we've always just done that. We've always just tried to provide value from Discord Syndicate to the Hexican community and whatever it was that Richard Hart was coming out with. So we've only ever shilled or talked about Hex here because we know it's solid. We learned it from soup to nuts. We flipped it on its side, turned it over, peeled the onion. We did everything necessary to understand what Hex was and the originating address and all those things. And we put our stamp of approval on it, and we've been right ever since. All of crypto has come at us. We've been doxxed. We've been hated. We've been every kind of aided you can imagine, actually. Discord Syndicate, my channel, me personally, we've all been, shunned for being Hexicans. And I wasn't going to back down. We didn't, and we were right. So that's what this channel is. That's who I am. I'm just the guy that pushed the button and turned it on. And from that, we've made a company called MCA, which Mountain Crypto Advisors helps people to onboard and offboard their assets into their own trusts, not to us. We don't take people's keys. It's all them. We just help them build trust products to help them tax mitigate and whatnot. So we thought that was a necessity. We also created the Hex Investment Trust, which is paper Hex. If you know that grayscale is paper Bitcoin, well, we have paper Hex, and that's what the Hex Investment Trust is. It was another necessary tool for the Hex community. The other thing that we did was we made a movie called The Highest of Stakes, where I co-starred in it and I helped to produce the movie. And through Muse Storytelling, they actually are the creators of the movie. They had all the creative content or creative, what would you call it? My words. Anyway, they had access to it, not us. They were the ones that provided the creativity for the film and its direction. And we just gave them what they asked for, talked about what they wanted to talk about. And it came out pretty fire. So if you go to Apple TV, or not Apple TV, Apple Plus, I think it is, or anyway, you can download it there, or you can view it there, stream it there. It's on all the video on demand, streaming on demand, app, Amazon. I should probably know all this, right? I'm sure SJ is going to throw it up there and make me look dumb. But anyway, yeah, that's what we did, and that's how we provided value, was making a movie, making some products outside of the crypto space to help Hexicans out. And then we supply this channel and try and educate and point peoples to the educators, like my good friend Crypto Coffee. He's got his courses out there. My good friend DCC also has his courses out there, and they teach people about true DeFi and how to not get themselves wrecked in crypto, because there's a lot of that going on. I mean, it's a rough world out there, guys. There's so many rug pulls and scams, and with PulseChain coming out, there's going to be much more. Now, it's up to everybody who wants to go out there and play in that little pond of dereliction or degen. It's up to you. But I'm telling you right now, if you're coming into the space new and you're looking for something solid and you want to get your feet on the ground and understand what's going on in the DeFi space, and you don't want to play in the CeFi world and go over there and putz around with Bitcoin and all of its Bitcoin and all of its Rube Goldberg machines that aren't working, by the way. I think they just had to shut down the BRCs, the BRC20s or whatever, that they were trying to make smart contract on Bitcoin. I think that failed somehow. There was a exploit in the code or security issue or something. I don't know, but I think that's dead now. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. But anyway, we teach people true DeFi, and that's it here. We don't show other shit. Not that we don't play with it, but remember, don't play with your bags too much. You never know what's going to happen. All right, let's say hi to some more people, because this is your show. So if you, let's see, I'm going to put it in here. I think SJ might have already done that. But if you look at what I just pasted in there, that is the link to the show. That means you can come in here, say your piece, talk about crypto, talk about anything, really. That's what Discourse Syndicate was for. It was just for us to talk about all these things. But anyway, let me see. I bought it on YouTube Premium, Hopperman. So yes, the movie is available on YouTube Premium. GBTC Premium dipping into the single digits recently. Yes, the premium's going freaking getting tighter and tighter and tighter. And we know what that means, folks. When Bitcoin's price starts getting close to its derivative, the closer and closer it gets, the arbitrage opportunity starts to go away. The bull market starts setting in. Prices start going up. Dorsey says, you're the captain. I don't need to know shit. Yeah, I don't need to either. Captain doesn't. I don't. I've known enough to retire myself and be good for probably the rest of my days because of Hex. Not anything else, because of Hex. So yeah. So Eagle Owl says he bought it on Amazon Video. Right on. So it's on Amazon. It's on YouTube. It's on Apple. The community. See, you guys educate me all the time. Crypto Coffee updated his beginner's course. Great onboarding tool. Yes, that is what we're talking about when I say Crypto Coffee's course. You got to check it out. I think there is a, let's see, Pulse Passive in course. Don't we have a discount code for them? No, we don't. I think there's a discount code somewhere that we can. Yeah, cap 20, right? Cap 20. No. Okay, I'm getting a head shake. No, wrong. Did you see Luca Lloyd's $400 billion? I don't want to talk about that stuff, guys. When something new comes out, look, they've been talking about liquid loans, and some of my friends are involved in that project, and I full-heartedly am rooting for them 100%. I have nothing ill to say about them. They've all been working hard for a very long time to put this out. But in my opinion, I have to watch Scooter freaking fly first. Let's see what he does. Let's see how it goes, you know? So yeah. And there's also something to say about all these sacrifices. I'm not saying anybody did anything malicious or wrong or ill-intended, but I think that the sacrifices are not the way to go with launches. I think that the sacrifice has a flaw. I think that having the liquidity locked up or in the hands of somebody who's afraid to put it out there because there's a bunch of people that want to dump it is it doesn't perpetuate. There's not enough code interacting here to make it happen, to make it better. There's going to be better ways of doing this with code than these sacrifices. I'm not digging the sacrifices. I mean, look at what has transpired with all the sacrifices. It's been the plebs who are coming in now are scooping up all of the sacrifices at lower prices because people aren't being able to dump. So, but anyway, that's just how I'm seeing it right now. Let's see. Kool-Aid's in there. 61 watch for 21 likes. Get to work and smash the likes. Yeah, you can smash the likes or not. You can smash the unlike button too. The algorithms like you to hit both. So hit the down. Yeah, there you go. Thanks, Dorsey. I'm not going to put you in timeout for that because I said it first, or before I saw you anyway. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Drix? Good to have you, buddy. Adam Chadwick. Sup with you, dude? Bear market for 25% off crypto coffee. There you go. Bear market. That's it. And obviously SJ is saying, hey to you, Drix. What else can we talk about? This cruise. The cruise was just so when you get out on the sea with a bunch of Hexicans and you start having these meetups and dance parties and everything else. I mean, it's just the networking that you create, the people, the friendships that you develop are just lifelong. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. I really enjoyed myself. Couldn't say better things about the ship and how they treated us. The service was incredible. I did this thing, and I'd never done it before. What do you call it? It's called the chef's table. So it's like a real high-end dining experience where you and some friends, and I had a bunch of Hexicans that I went with. There's like 12 of us. And we all sat down. And the chef himself, who is a famous, chef, I got a little certificate back here that was signed and stamped by him of the menu. Let me get that real quick. That'll be fun. We can read that real quick. This is what we did. I think I got it over here. Okay. So check this out. So this is the chef's table menu. It's wrote on this kind of parchment type paper. Hey, hoorah to you, Hexican American. Hoorah. Is that a scroll? Yeah, it's a scroll. It's a menu. So at the chef's table, the first course that we had was curried cauliflower soup with saffron and apples. It was a little odd. It wasn't like it was good. I ate the whole thing. So it was good. A little apple in there, kind of different taste. It was cool. Nothing I'd like write home to mom about. The second was probably my least favorite item in there was mushroom risotto per salad, aged Parmesan. And they had wines with each of them, but I didn't get the wines, obviously. Captain's allergic to alcohol. He breaks out in handcuffs, so he doesn't drink. So let's see. So the risotto was had this parsley foam on the top of it. I'm not into the foams, man. It looks like, I don't know. I don't want to, you know what I mean? You ever seen your dog barf up? So anyway, there was this green foam on top of it, and the risotto it was al dente, like it sticks in your teeth al dente, like a little crunchy almost. I didn't too much dig that, but anyway, the sea bass with za'atar, that was good. It was good. Had some fennel in there, and it was a little thin piece of sea bass, so it wasn't like a big. I like me some sea bass, but that was good. It was very good. Then the fourth course was fire. This was fire. It was duo, beef fillet, and short rib. Now the short rib was good. I mean, it was, they get the braised short rib thing. And then on the side of it was a piece of like the Chateaubriand, the center of the loin of the filet mignon. It's like a little piece like this, but it was just perfect, man. It was just cut like butter. It was so good. And they had a little sauce on it. Loved that. That was a lot of yum. And then they had Java Grand Cru cacao, Sumatra coffee sermu, and chocolate brunio spiced ice cream. So some chocolate ice cream and some chocolate cake that looked really, really fancy, and it was really, really good. So anyway, that's what we did on the ship. We went for the chef's dinner, and every time they came out, they'd 1, 2, 3 and put all the plates in front of everybody at one time. Chef would come out and explain what he had made. The pastry chef came out and explained what he had made. It was kind of a cool thing. Never done anything like that before. It's like I go to a taco stand, get some tacos, and give me 3, Trepitas tacos and a couple of El Pastor and maybe a carne asada or 2, and throw it down in front of me, and we're good. But this was quite the experience. Glad I did it. Bunch of fun with some Hexicans. Anyway, Hornet UK1 says, why I'm awake. I was busy, but still awake watching this freaking guy talk about what he ate on the ship. Hey, Dorsey, you got one of them. Thanks for the member for being a member for 14 months. You are awesome. You are awesome. Hit the like for the fire the captain brings every time. Yeah, maybe I can. I'm gonna get. We've got some people coming up now, so we got some people in the green room. I'm gonna bring them up. Taco menu for us brokies. Yeah, bud. Hey, I mean, when it's time to spend and party, I like to do it that way. I did have the experience on the ship. I gotta admit, like, I'm into service. I like service now that I've kind of left the service world myself, where I worked my ass off for my whole life for other people. And I'm not one of those assholes that, preys on service people, but man, I sure do like sitting there and getting taken care of. Or I like picking up the phone and saying, hey, you guys don't have any key lime pie on this ship. Would you please make us a key lime pie? And we got one made by the chef himself and put it to the room because of, the package that we had, because we had like everything that you can imagine. And I like being able to call them and saying, hey, I didn't make dinner reservations tonight, but can I get a table at the such and such restaurant? Of course you can, Mr. 3. We'll give you a table here because of your status. And that's how it was. And it was lovely. It was lovely. And I appreciate all of them. And I dropped, great tips on all of them, took care of them because they were really good to me. So thank you, Celebrity Cruises. You guys were awesome. Appreciate your service. All right. So we got, thanks, Crypto Bindu. Finally watched the highest of stakes. Great time. Good job. Glad you did. All right. I'm going to bring up, we got one guy in here, and he's, my buddy, my Burning Man buddy, my crypto buddy. He's been around the space this whole time. Brilliant genius, man, full of wine and nonsense. My buddy, the crypto Kool-Aid. What's up, dude?
Oi. How you doing, brother?
I'm good.
I feel like I was just on a call with you, and then a call on you before, but figured I'd come join you until some other people.
We've been doing business all day today, it seems.
No rest for the wicked, my friend. No rest for the wicked. DeFi never sleeps.
Does your shirt say drum and bass coin?
Yes. Back in 2017, when I was a crypto influencer, my friend bought me that for my birthday. And drum and bass coin. SJ will get a wild laugh.
Okay, see it now. I thought she was just in the back producing. Now I know she's sending me in the private chat that she's wanting to come on stream, so we're gonna bring her on. Everybody, Wild SJ appears.
Hi.
You got to unmute yourself though first. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a second. I got the wrong one. Never mind. Okay, hold on. Let me remove that one. You got 2 of yous in there.
Yes,
Why do you have 2 of yous in there?
because everyone wants a wild SJ, so I've cloned myself.
That's right. That's right.
Okay,
You
so
remember
we
when
have-
I got this shirt? What 7 years ago? Whatever it's been, 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Gabby got me this.
Who did?
Gabby for my birthday back in 2017.
Nice.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't. It would have gone over my head at that point because I was barely.
I know.
was a
I
little-
tried to get you in. I
babe.
saber rattled, but you didn't listen until like 4 years later, and then look at you now.
I did listen to you. You told me to diversify. I bought Bitcoin. And you told me to put it into a bunch of little coins, and I did that. But then I left for Puerto Rico and didn't talk to anybody, and probably made a bunch of money and lost a bunch of money.
That would be correct. Yeah.
Yep.
You can't. If it's not the right thing, you can't leave it away for a couple years. That is for species.
Yeah, I know. I pieced out.
God, I can't believe how time flies.
I know. It's good to be back, though. Glad I'm here. I mean, I'm so glad that you reached out. I tell people you had no idea that I was selling my house at the time. You were just like, hey, remember all those little coins that I told you to put that money into and to diversify? You should take all of that and put it into Hex. And I was like, oh, friend, little do you know, I've got some money to play with right now. So, that started my whole journey into this. And I can't thank you enough again, my friend.
Known you for 10 plus years now at this point. So
yeah.
So SJ, how did you enjoy your trip on the cruise with all the Hexicans at the meetup?
I did a whole stream on how I had to apologize to Black Hexican because I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong.
What did you do?
I should have shilled this cruise so much harder. I was trying to stay quiet about it because I knew if I talked about it, people would ask me if I was going, and I would have to say, yeah.
Oh, so you were actually just sour graping not being able to go.
It was like, I wasn't intending on going because the first cruise I went on, it was my first cruise ever. So the first cruise was the Hexican cruise back in, when did we go? Where did we go? We went to the Bahamas.
We went to Bahamas, yeah.
Yes. And that was my first cruise ever. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't go to any of the activities. I didn't sign up for any of the excursions. I, barely made it to dinner. We got the drink package. And that's about all.
You were just degenning the whole time.
It's not a horrible thing. As long as you don't fall off the
I
boat.
only remember you
on the boat.
I only remember you on the first cruise at one party, and that one is an unmentionable party. So I won't even talk about that one. That was just degenerate Hexicans all over the place. You don't remember? You probably don't remember that part.
Hey, I've got a time that I rescued SJ, but I'm not bringing up that time either. But speaking of,
Lord. All right. Anyway, so let's not behind us now.
I have 2 tickets for Freezer Bird that I bought that you're not coming.
When is Freezer Burn?
Oh, January 13th, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, we have a tentative event that date for the PulseChain tour.
We've
so
got somebody in the back there, and I don't know who he is. Do you know who he is?
Did they have clothes?
He has clothes on, so that's one good thing.
He's like,
not like that fake Motley that one time, 2 years ago or whatever it was. That was fun.
Yeah.
No.
All right, well,
that's what effing Hangout is about. We got to take.
I know. We'll bring him up. He looks like Somi to me. I can't tell. The light's all jacked up, so I'm not sure who it is. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring this cat up, and we'll see what kind of degen activity happens here. I'll have my finger on the button. So, ladies and gentlemen, turn your children away at this moment because we're bringing somebody new onto the show. Hi there.
Oh, it's the body.
Oh, it's the body mechanic. I can't see it with the light. The light is horrible.
Yeah, you got to put that light in front of your face. Point it at your face, not at the screen. There, that's a little better.
Yeah.
Is that better, guys?
Sorry, dude. I couldn't tell who you were.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's kind of blinding you. It's deer and headlights right there. Literally, the headlight be deer and everything. Be like,
yeah, sorry.
What's happening?
No worries, brother. How you been?
I'm good, man. It's a long time since I've been on here. So it's still up. So I thought I would join. It's good
Lovely.
to see you all. Good to see you all. Just to give props, RG, the OG man, just fucking constantly on the game. SJ, whichever way, I'm not sure. Putting out great content. Just pumping the content recently. Love it.
Thank you.
Crypto Kool-Aid, thank you, brother. When I was talking about the OBS stuff and you were willing to give me help on that, which I will check you on soon. So
one day.
I'm
always around if you reach out the right channels. I always do respond if you hit the right channel to find
yeah,
me.
man. Well, the thing is, you did it without me actually asking. So that, and again, like the Hex community, like I get into crypto at the top of the Bitcoin top, and the Hex community has given me like so much fantastic education and support. Is phenomenal. But one of the things I wanted to touch on when I came in here was the whole sacrifice thing, right?
Mhm.
And I think one of the things that people seem to forget is the whole point, right? So, like the term of sacrifice, for instance, like, so I'm not a big sacrifice guy. Like, I don't sacrifice for a bunch of stuff. Like, I would have sacrificed for Pulse. Probably not Pulse X if I'd sacrificed for Pulse already. But the point is, you're putting your money in to make sure that a thing happens. I think that's what a lot of people forget of what's happening in the ecosystem right now. Yeah. So like liquid loans, 9-inch, name your sacrifice, right? It's like you put your money in to support the project. That's number one. That's one of the number one things you're doing. Where it goes from there is another matter. But the point is that you're putting that money in to sacrifice, to support. It's like Richard said, like when it was a sacrifice for Pulse and Pulse X, just like freedom of speech, freedom of movement, etc., or transaction and code, which is most important, as we have seen with the IPFS stuff. Like, a lot of people seem to forget that, and they just focus on the quick flip, and that seems to be a lot of the sentiment right now around the sacrifice projects that, much like Pulse and Pulse X, went down. They either went up and they went down, or they just went fucking straight down. Yeah, which has been interesting to watch. And certainly for someone in my first cycle of crypto, and again, like, I have so much thanks for this fucking community, for the education that I have received in that regard, is to understand how these things work. Which is one of the reasons I wasn't a big sacrifice guy. Like, I sacrificed for, I think, 2 or 3 projects, possibly. One would be 9-inch, of course, because I know the guys and I know they're cool. Even though, people fuck up. I didn't. I should have. I probably should have sacrificed for liquid loans, but back then I was just in that place that I wasn't sure. I was like, is this a thing that's going to actually be viable? Is it actually going to work? How the market is going to move forward, how the ecosystem is going to move forward, not just PulseChain, but the ecosystem and crypto in general. I wasn't sure if it was a thing or not, mostly down to my non-education. So I didn't sacrifice for that. But the point I want to make is like one of the things if you're doing a quote unquote sacrifice is it's a first mover advantage. That's how I took it, always took it for the things that I sacrificed for was, well, I'm there first and I can do something with that straight out the gate. For the things that I sacrifice for, which is like farming and yield, etc. And for the case of something like Pulse and Pulse X, well, mainly Pulse, was God damn it, I fucking wish I'd been in the place to sacrifice for that, because I'd have been in there like swimwear. But unfortunately, I had to wait and get in a bit later than other people on PulseChain because I didn't sacrifice for it. So it's just my point is that it's the hate I am seeing right now across many spheres about sacrifices, and it's not to say that things can't be done without it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, HOA, like, wow, like what they've done, just like from out of nothing, has been phenomenal, and what they do is phenomenal. But the hate I'm seeing for sacrifices and like, oh, I'm going to report you to this person, I'm going to report you to that person, is yeah, it needs to be a little bit
only
more.
Cleo that does that, though. Let's be realistic.
Oh, don't talk to me about that guy, please.
I know it. You're within the same pond level as him. But let me just give a couple different cross sections of this, because I kind of correlate a lot of things to how things work on a competitive level that most people don't touch. Like, for example, the game that I was at for the last 3 years, or for the game I was on for the last 3 years before that, got canceled, and the one that got canceled. And that happened that we all got laid off the day PulseChain launched. And the people that created that game created the small, or that studio created a small little game, you may have never heard of it, called Call of Duty, and Treyarch Studios. You would think that that situation would be a layup for success. Now, it was not. And due to that, we had a billionaire backer, and things didn't pan out, and Sony tried to claw back 200 million. And that is a huge, substantial number in game dev. Crypto, people deal with these astronomical numbers and all the rest of that, but they don't understand the real tenement of what actually builds a function, factor, and a deliverable to go on that. And just because you have a good idea does not necessarily mean you have the follow through, or that the time is right for the ripeness of that particular idea, or many different form factors that go into that. And so let me also correlate to something like Indiegogo. I've sponsored a whole bunch of Indiegogo things that have never gone anywhere. Now, I thought they were really good ideas, and I thought that, oh, I'm getting first mover advantage to get this cool thing. Like these MagFast things, I finally just got them, and I Indiegogo'd for them. Shit, it was right when I moved to Seattle, so we have to be 6 years ago, and I finally got my battery backups. I thought that was, rubbed, but they eventually came, so yay for them. But you have to look at that variable that some of these people building are not designers. Now, they do have good ideas, and they are trying to, I believe, mostly work with the best intention. But even those of us that have been working professionally in entertainment realize rugs happen. Look at Rhythm and Hues, the creators of Hair and Fur. Life of Pi wiped them out. The creators and the warlords of Hair and Fur and all of CG, Life of Pi wiped them out. And in fact, back in that time, there was a green solidarity where it was a neon green screen box that you would change your icon to. And this is professional entertainment at the $1 billion level that this happens. So a $1 million or a $2 million or a $10 million stack, when I'm correlating it to a $1 billion or a $1 trillion entity and enterprise, that I can see this on the regs, you have to look at how those paradigms work. But the difference is, and I think what RG was talking about, is that with the SAC money and funds, the appropriation of its delivery has a little massaging that needs to happen, and across the board. And you do get that with anyone that has never created any of this type of stuff before, whether with the best intention or good devs, or like even 9inch, somehow they didn't have Cloudflare and then they were DDoSed. That's an externality that you have to kind of digest. But remember, the reason why the original SAC did move was for the OA to move the hex that was sitting in its never touched wallet to a different derivative to then have the same type of custodial control that eventually you will dilute the OA. That was the whole mechanic of the sacrifice, along with creating a different verbiage on how things can be funded, things can be moved, and things can be built and utilized. So all of those things are important to digest and not just be angry at a chart, because as you said in the very beginning, you did sacrifice. Pony up for the word that you did, and just realize that not every Indiegogo, not every sacrifice will make it to completion. Just like I haven't shipped a game since 2017 out the door through CERT. However, I haven't stopped working 80 hours in my craft since 2017 on multiple different projects. It just is what it is. And sometimes you just have to take those licks. And that is the most important thing, whether you're looking at, oh, is Hex down, but did Hex make more people rich? Is PulseChain down? What we are taught now is DeFi. We have been now taught the tools to digest and utilize an ecosystem that we have more granular knowledge than most, period. And whether your investment opportunities or exposure to whatever you put things into, whether you consider investment or consumering, you've learned. And by learning, you're still better than someone that doesn't know how to use a wallet, doesn't understand what IPFS is, doesn't understand how to protect your seed phrases, doesn't understand on how the liquidity movement and the CDBC and fiat are now rolling back over, especially what's going to be coming on with TRI-FI manipulation of the ETFs. We're still much more educated by these unfortunate fatalities than anyone else that didn't get that brutal whipping lesson. And I think that's a very important takeaway that you have to swallow with the sour and the sweet.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And that's the thing. That's like one of my bugbears about this whole new IPFS thing. It's like, excuse me, people don't understand that like it's actually like another step. Like people feel like it's a step back, but it's actually a step forward. So kind of my view on it is that like when things start to go where they're going, like just like you talked about, Kool-Aid, like where things are going is the people that really like, so I talk about DeFi. Like when I talk to people about crypto, I say DeFi is the new cash. That's one of the things I say. DeFi is the new cash. Yeah. So it's like your paper money. Your paper money is nothing now. DeFi is the new cash. And when you talk about like IPFS and like true decentralization, I feel like the people that fucking know and that really have money to move outside of the TradFi, not necessarily outside, but outside of the TradFi sphere, like they're going to move towards that kind of thing where it is truly decentralized, where they can run it themselves and they don't have to go through a third party link, etc. Like, so when I saw that announcement, I was like, I literally drew a line on the Pulse chart. I swear to God, I drew a line on the Pulse chart. I could probably fucking look at it right now. Let me just look at it right now. Where it hit. I think it was like 4.6, something like that. Hold on, it's loading. But anyway, I drew a line on the chart. I was like, this is where it's going to go. because people are weak. And with all this shit that's going on, they're going to dump. And then,
Sure.
Well,
I think that the most important thing
around 4.6, 4.5 is where the line was drawn, and it's just amusing to watch because people took the whole IPFS thing like as a negative, and they're not seeing it in the right light.
It's such a strong positive because, like, even if you look at like what it's trying to do, let's call it torrenting data on the internet. Well, sometimes if you're going to have a decentralized chain, sometimes the link isn't there, and that's essentially what's happening. Now we can even see that other people are now focusing on that mythos to make that stronger. Now that it's a full focused point of contention that we're trying to use, rather than this shiny feature that really hasn't had any bandwidth put into it. So that's good. More importantly, it sets the precedence of what real DeFi mentality is. No matter what token you're holding or tribalism or mentality, real DeFi builds ecosystems and bridges into itself so you are self-sovereign. And those mythoses, those sci-fi ideals that we've learned through this entire echo chamber of growth are the fruits that we need to plant. And those seedlings come up a little weak at times because it needs time to grow. And so, again, I do understand people being like mass adoption narrative. Like the real mass adoption narrative is what happens with everything going on with the SEC fight and how that long tail is going to happen, because we're setting ourselves up for the rights for the regulars to have real laws be put in place for what we are doing is correct. Like Citizens United is incorrect. What we are doing is correct by the people for the people. And so those ideals, yeah, maybe a little chop at the moment, but there's always a front end. You know, HOA did a front end for everything. If you need to deal with Uniswap, Alex has a front end on swap.hedron.pro. We have the community of people that are building, and that is my, again, not saber rattling of people that may have failed with their SAC money or it didn't 100x moon or all the rest of them. They still tried. And the people, even if they didn't try and succeed in the most bullseye sense, it still was an effort that most people don't do. They only buy and complain and then sell. Otherwise, if they bought and sold and they were in profit, they wouldn't say shit. That is the whole book over there. Remember, the worst part of building games is gamers, because they think that they're a developer. You're a consumer. That's it. You bought a burrito from Chipotle. Get out. You're not going to be able to tell me how to do what I did. I'm sorry, you're not. Jay, you're moving all over the place.
Hold on. You got to unmute the mic first, SJ.
Do you see how it says production SJ? Do not add me on this.
You're getting the whip there, RG. I like it. You know, like she's my firecracker first. Just let you let.
It does not say do not add. It says production SJ is all it says. It doesn't say.
So SJ, you got to put no ad in caps letters in the beginning because how it truncates the font. But I think you have a very good point, DG, that if people were expecting moonshots instead of being defenders of the line. And I believe, I mean, it's the reason why RG brought me out of the woodwork way back when he called me his camera tech, which I find that the most endearing, loving thing in the world, because I'm a little more than a camera tech, but he was defending the line. And I will stand behind shoulder to shoulder with anyone that's defending the line. And that's what we are doing now in DeFi as an inherent whole. Yeah, the bags kind of suck, but the knowledge you have is invaluable. But we are defending the line. And due to that factor and form, we will continue to defend the line. You know, Spartan, just because they lost the Trail of Helopolis or whatever the hell it was, didn't end Sparta. but it immortalized Sparta. And that is ideally at the end of the day what we need to think about everything when it comes to either diversifying your bags, DCAing in, look at how you're managing your mitigation on what you have. So that way, if something doesn't go in the right direction, just like buying, let's say, Florida real estate, and it now floods, and Fort Myers, and everything got washed away. Bye-bye. Things happen out of act of God, and you can't control the randomness of life at times, but you can meter the knowledge that you take into the next situation that you have, and be thankful for that experience that gave you that metal knowledge.
Yeah, man. Well, defending the line is a good thing, because that's one of the reasons I decided to start streaming a few months ago. I was like, let's add another. How insignificant it is. Let's add another bullet to the gun, because for a start, I have a lot of knowledge within my field to share within the space, but then in another degree, that's why I kind of started a separate kind of thing, more crypto based, where I have a certain amount of crypto knowledge to share. And one of my tenets is, if I need to tell you this isn't financial advice, then you shouldn't be watching this stream. Like, if you don't know that this isn't financial advice and it's just financial or market opinion, then go somewhere else, basically. So like, I was certainly towards the start of the year, I was relatively regular on the stream when I wasn't working on a Saturday morning. And it was something that really inspired me and empowered me, was this stream, certainly, and the openness and the sharing of anyone that's willing to come on and talk, even a retard like me. So yeah, it's very, and also the PulseChain Telegram chat. So it's a kind of like, I always took it as it was more of a pay it forward thing. So when I started streaming, there was two things that I was focused on. One was my personal challenge. So it was something I was willing to challenge myself with, like at least once a week. Challenge myself. Two, sorry, RG. Two was adding another bullet to the community gun, no matter how small it was. Just add another bullet, and as what's come to fruition in the last few months. As a focus, well, not just the last few months, but how many people stream in this ecosystem, kind of for this ecosystem, and not necessarily specific to this ecosystem, which I think will become more important over the coming months. So that was always my inspiration, which was inspired by guys like RG3 and Kinetics and maybe various others, and it's been awesome to see. I don't know which way to point, but SJ
always go reverse. If you go reverse, and then there you go. There you got it.
Unless you're pointing down, then you just always point down.
It's been awesome to see the likes of SJ, and I think who is it? KTP just started streaming. Like, that's fucking awesome too. Like, fucking female, like good female streamers and stuff like that. It's just been great, and I'm just happy to add another bullet to the gun. You know what I mean? Like, proud to be a part.
That's one thing that I try to repeat on the streams that I do, is just I encourage so many people to come out and do this. If you have a heart or an inkling of a fraction of a thought that maybe you want to stream, come on this show, you know, test the waters, come and hang out and just talk to us and have a good time and, you know, kind of see how it goes for you, because you never know what audience you're going to end up reaching. You never know what you're going to end up kind of getting into, right? Like for myself, I've transitioned from being, you know, the voice of SciVive and doing all that work, and now I'm kind of ending that chapter and moved into more of this like positivity princess, PulseChain bus go, like, you know, hippie life. And I'm doing some of that content on Instagram, and then I'm doing more Hex content on you know, on Twitter and on Facebook and all these different things. And then of course doing the work that I now do for RG and for Discourse Syndicate. It's been really awesome just starting in one spot and just wanting to be a part of it. You know, really that's all it takes is your passion. If you are passionate about this and you have, you know, the, I don't know what the right word is, you know, it's like you don't have to be perfect at it, right? But like as long as you have that want and that, you know, like desire to be a bigger part of this community, you never know who you're going to affect. Yeah, the drive, Dorsey. Thanks. It's like, it's a good word. So yeah, great word, PG. What a great way to put that, for sure.
It's not, and it's not that, you know, we need all different types to relate to, you know, one person, but it's also everybody seeing the diversity of the community and seeing how many different types of people there are involved in this is really important, I think, also, because, you know, if you've got a certain just one class of people in something, doing one thing, going one direction, then it doesn't really give everybody the warm fuzzies about, like it does when you have a big tent. You know, we have a big tent here. We've got all different walks of life involved in this community at the high levels too, producing content, putting information out there, and our information and our would you say it, our tenants or whatever it is that we all understand here in the Hex community are all the same, but our approaches are all different and our backgrounds are all different and where we've came from are all different. So everybody needs to see that and so that they'll want to be part of this or feel that they're valuable. You know, I've had a lot of people come up to me out there and say, yeah, I want to do content, but you know, I just do this, or I'm a food person. I'm a chef. I'm a this, you know, hey, well, go out there and put your twist on this as from a chef's point of view, or whatever point of view you come from. That's what we need to see. We need to see more and more of that, because that's what community is all about. It's about diversity and all of us contributing. You know, we've got guys like Crypto Kool-Aid here that are, you know, freaking at the top of the gaming world and building and developing technology. And we got guys like myself who, you know, worked for a living and just want to see the world become a better place because of guys like Kool-Aid, you know, because these guys are out there. I want to support them, and I want to bring more people to the table to do the same thing. And you don't have to necessarily, you know, be somebody who knows all of that information. You need to know how to promote. That's it. Promote. That's all we're doing here. Is just getting the word out, pointing people to the information, and to the people who are you know, fighting the good fight, passing along the information, and trying to make this space grow, trying to make DeFi grow.
Yep.
And that's all we need. That's all we need.
I mean,
to double down on that, I think
about promotion. Just a quick point in that, you're talking about promotion, and RG3, you're like one of the best examples. Is one of the best things about promotion is consistency, and you see that with all of the biggest corporations, like all these brands that technically don't need to promote, but why are they still relevant? Because they constantly promote. And like people like yourself who are here every week, and now what are you, like fucking 2-3 times a week now, something like that, streaming with people.
streaming as often as we
can. And now, like, you're bringing in people from like I see your streams pop up and like, who the fuck is this person that you're streaming with? It's awesome. Whereas before it was just like people that I knew. Do you know what I mean? But now you're bringing in all these different types of people. And
I want to comment on that real quick. Little, because I'm just gonna, just a little bit of this. I'm really excited to see this next year of what's gonna happen with chatting with the captain, because that's being on this PulseChain tour and listening to RG speak over and over again. It really made me think, he's speaking to a broader audience, and that's really what we need to do, is open this up to people who either don't know what crypto is, want a better understanding of it, or are going to be the kind of people who are going to make going to be making the rules and the laws. In fact, possibly on Monday, we're either going to have a politician or a lobbyist on the show. And the lobbyist is someone who has been in crypto for 10 years and is a crypto lobbyist. So that's really going to be something exciting that I'm going to try to kind of, catapult that, right? Like really just like make that happen and see a lot more of these people that are outside of the Hex community, but maybe, know a little bit about it or want to know more about it. So just excited about that.
And even to dovetail on that, SJ, is like, even if you're not, let's just say, a Hex or a Pulse holder, if you've been listening and learning with us, regardless of what you hold, it's irrelevant. You are educated. The most expensive token in the world is knowledge. And, the one thing that, again, RG is someone that can talk to a Kiyosaki, or you can talk to a trucker hauling trees. And that's exactly why I am here and why I stand behind him for anything, because that's what we need to bring more diversity in, to fill and thicken that web and weave on how everything comes together, because that unification of knowledge, diversity, trickles up and trickles down into its own ecosystems because they're educated. And when you can listen to someone speak and you know what their grassroots are, you can't buy that. Well, you can, but you just look like a shiny object that's expensive. Whereas when you come from the dirt, you are from the dirt. And that's like being a truck driver. The same thing is when you come from blue collar, but have elevated your mentality, your lifestyle, and still shown the blaze trail from where you came from, and remember that. It's so important. Guys, I do have to jump. I just wanted to hop on and
get to work.
Yes, that's what I'm going back to.
You got work to do. Get going.
It's great. Talk to me about the stuff with the software and the things, and let me know what you need help for Monday. And anything that I couldn't respect the captain and SJ more, and I couldn't be more proud of two very dear friends of mine, because I'm always in the background. I don't need to be up front. But seeing how tenement this is going to move many gears, screws, especially once we get towards lobbying, that's where the fun really starts to happen. And it's a glorious future, because we are real DeFi, because we are real people putting in the time to build real decentralized knowledge, unity, respect, and the utility to take care of others within a nest. And as RG said, I'm going back to work.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the kind
guys.
words. See you, buddy. Right on, right on. So a couple of things in the chat and a couple of things that my friend Kool-Aid said. So my message comes from a place of passion for wanting to get out of the circle of despair that I was in, being a working class man. I worked, the harder and harder that I worked, the less and less the world was giving me. The more I produced, the less it became. the harder it became to get ahead, to keep my head above water. It was just a never. I mean, for God's sakes, somebody who works 14 hours a day, on average of 6 days a week, should have something to show for it, you know. And I can't say that I didn't do decent, but it was too much of my time being misappropriated. It was too much of my family's time with me, or me with my family, that I missed out on because of all the work that I had to do to make us survive. And I don't think human beings should have to go through that, you know. And I don't think that human beings should also have to take the risk of just being an entrepreneur to serve. Because let's face it, we can't all be entrepreneurs, successful entrepreneurs. We need people out there doing work. We need people out there doing other things that don't want to be entrepreneurs, or don't have what it takes to be that. You know, there's some people that are experts at working on vehicles, and they love it and they do it. There are people that are experts on going out and doing what I did, and they love it and they do it. But if there's no benefit for them of doing that, then we're going to start losing all of that. And like I said, not everybody can be an entrepreneur or wants to take the risk, because let's face it, I think that 90% of businesses don't make it past their first 5 years. That's a big risk for the whole world to have to take. It shouldn't be like that. We need products that help the common man, and that's what Hex does, and that's what crypto does. It takes that advantage that the wealthy and the governments and the banks and the industrial complexes have taken with our money. It takes that advantage away from them. That's why they don't like crypto, because we're giving it back to the people. We're giving the advantage of using money back to the people. You know, Hex is a tool that we as normal persons haven't seen in a long time. And this is something that can help people get out of that rut, out of that freaking cycle, that never-ending cycle. The freaking grinder, man, is out there destroying people. And that's what breaks my heart more than anything. That's what I want to see changed more than anything, you know. And I'm tired of this space of crypto wrecking it for all those folks, because when crypto came out, it was supposed to be that thing. It was that cypherpunk. You know, you heard Roger Ver and all of these guys talking about how this, you know, breaks the boundaries of politics and gives the money back to the people and all. You heard about all that stuff, and you were behind it going, yeah, rooting for them. But they all failed. You know, they all failed to deliver. And now it's here. And now we have it with Hex, and we have it with PulseChain. We have true DeFi, and we have tools that common people can get out of that rut with. And I want to scream at the top of the freaking rooftops that it's here, and I want people to see it, and I want people to understand it and relate to it, and relate to people like me who are out there struggling to survive and wanting more. And I'm here to tell you folks that it happened. It can happen to everyone if we were all to embrace this thing and take the money and the power back from the banks and the industrial complexes. Guy like me, who wasn't supposed to, use that tool that Richard Hart put out there and changed my whole life and my family's life, probably for generations, if this crypto thing gets to stick around, which I got a good feeling it is. And that's why I'm passionate about it. And that's why I want to talk to people about it and get everybody on. That's it.
So
that's it. We need to all be doing this and being passionate about it.
Yeah. Question for you then, RG. Not a question, a query. And it's like something like even way back in my serious crypto noob days in the PulseChain chat, I talked about before PulseChain. Well, I didn't talk about, I asked about, because it was just something I kind of saw from the talk that I was hearing was, is PulseChain the thing? And the more I've learned, the more I kind of think this is PulseChain, that thing that decorrelates from the main market, like let's say, for instance, the Bitcoin market. Now, we've already kind of seen a little bit of that with Hex, have we not? A slight decorrelation. But Is like PulseChain basically could it possibly be the decorrelation from the traditional finance market? Let's put it that way.
Can it be decorrelated? I mean, everything, you're never going to disconnect from anything. Everything is going to be connected in one way or another. Everything is connected. Everything affects everything else. It's how do we get rid of the negative externalities? How do we get rid of the negative effects of things like the dollar? The dollar is full of negative effects. Hex, PulseChain, these are positive effects to finance, positive effects to money. These are things that we can use to try and change things for the better. And I think that the more and more we promote and introduce these things, the more and more we'll decorrelate from the things that are going wrong. We'll never completely decorrelate from them. And that's why I never say, let's just blow everything up and start over again. That's not how you do it. You adjust, you adapt, you change, you morph, you move to the light, you move to the positive, and you escape from the negative, and you bring on a better day. You make the next day better. You make the next thing better. You continue on. And that's why I don't understand why we are still looking at Bitcoin today when we have all of these other features in crypto to move towards, to make it better, and I don't know why the whole world is in that mode right now. I think it has to do with the ending of an era and the ending of a change of mindset for human beings and the whole universe itself. But we're trying to reach back and hold on to the shit that didn't get us where we wanted to go. And there's a revolution. There's a new renaissance that is about to happen. There are new human beings being born that don't understand the old world, because the old world really doesn't exist for them anymore. It only exists in the old folks' minds. The boomers' minds still hold on to this old shit that really doesn't exist anymore. There are new technologies, new features, and new things in life that we all need to embrace and move into, versus trying to reach back into the past, the old bad things that existed. And that's where we're at right now. And I think slowly but surely we're going to tear away from that. We will, like you said, decorrelate from it. But it's going to take all of us, especially us older folks, being positive and looking into the future versus trying to reach back to the past and hold on to it. And that means more positive thing, forward-facing thing. We've got another Hexican in the back. Let me bring him up real quick, and I'll let you speak here. What's up, Mr. Kelleher?
What's going on, guys? Been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time.
I actually wanted to say something that you were speaking about earlier. It's about, folks, there's so many people that are afraid to invest. There's so many people have a scarcity mindset. And that scarcity mindset has been taught in so many things, our fundamentals, in the monies that we know as our currency that's out there. We only have so much to work with. And people don't understand that there's abundance out there. And if you open your mind to that abundance, that's going to allow you to have everything you need. And it's an amazing feeling when that happens for you.
I agree. And I think that's the future that we need to look into, because there's plenty for all of us. There's plenty. And for some reason we've been taught that no, those people get less, or those people are less, or I am less, or I come from less, therefore I stay less. Versus no, there's enough here for everyone. Like, one of the things that I really don't understand about the world, and and everybody's worried about, like immigration, for instance. Have you ever flown across the United States and just seen exactly how much vacant land or space is available to human beings out there? Like, you could put everybody in the world in this country and you didn't have to worry about a neighbor if you used up all the space out there. And I know there's other intricacies and issues with immigration stuff. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to say is that, you know, all the human beings, we all lump together in cities versus, you know, spreading ourselves around and trying to exist in other places where we have room. So there isn't, like, when you go into a city and people are like, oh my gosh, this world is so overpopulated. No, the world is really empty. There's hardly any of us out here, really, when it comes down to it. There's just this little conglomerates of us that like to sit on top of each other. There's really a lot of space out there, and there's really a lot of money and value and all the things that we need. I mean, if you would have saw the food that got thrown away on this cruise, you'd be like, oh my gosh, there's just an abundance of food everywhere, you know, and then there's people out there that are starving. It's just about, you know, a positive mindset. It's about, like you said, abundance versus a scarcity mindset. And we can all do better at that. I am sure. And hopefully as crypto starts to take hold and we all start to understand this, then maybe that mindset will start to change in people.
I agree.
Can we define one thing? And this is when I'm talking certainly to my my students and members in my gym, is like there's a difference between what people perceive as crypto and what is DeFi. And the way I describe crypto to them is, this is what's coming, this is what's already here, because the money you use right now is basically just outdated code and they need to update it into something better. And what DeFi is the new cash. So it's like you would use cash to work within the system, but around the system. I maybe shouldn't be saying this online, but it's like DeFi is the new cash. It's cash.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone disagree with that? And
No.
what comes with that is a certain amount of education of how to use that thing. So like the IP,
responsibility.
Yeah, like what exactly? Fucking exactly. Like what Richard's just done with the IPFS thing. And everyone else will understand it eventually too. And it's like what I said earlier, is like the real people that want to invest real money in a real thing will get on board with that. Like they will understand that. Like the people with real money will understand that side of things, because that is how, like, I'm from the UK, right? And you understand Ripple XRP, yeah? Everyone knows about that here, yeah? So they are in cahoots with the UK government for developing CBDCs. Like the UK government's been real fucking quiet publicly, but behind the scenes, like in my very first podcast that I did, I talked about it and I pulled up sources from both parties, the both main parties. And like, for instance, one of them talks about Bitcoin. And one of the main things they were talking about was, we will accept stable coins, and we're going to talk about stable coins. But of course, what we all know ultimately is they're going to raise crypto up, shit on it, take it down, and then bring people to their knees, and then make them accept the digital currencies. I was talking to my clients about this tonight. I was like, this is why I've been saying to you right now, if you want to get into digital currency, now is the time, because they're shitting on it now, but then it'll go. And when you want to buy in, when you see everything is great, they're going to take a big fucking dump on you. I mean, that's just the way cycles work. But right now, DeFi, like the way I see it right now, DeFi is basically digital cash. Crypto is digital money controlled by the powers that be. You know,
centralized. It's going to be two different worlds that are going to be created. I think we're going to have a cash DeFi. and the centralized crypto.
You only got to look at that recent video from JP Morgan. What was it?
Yeah.
What was that recent video? And then there's a rebuttal. It's where, like, yeah, while they're telling people they're going to fire them if they invest in crypto, at the same time, they're buying up a shit ton of crypto.
Yeah, just like you see this this Elizabeth Warren thing. She she was always kind of like she was after the banksters. That was how she kind of made her fame. She was like going after the banks and trying to be for the people, and she spoke a good game. And then all of a sudden she flipped, and now she's like siding with the banksters on trying to eliminate crypto. It's funny watching them all flip and turn and twist and even hearing some of the big investors speak about crypto differently now versus how they spoke about them before. They wanted their ETFs, and now they're adding it to their portfolios and trying to join it rather than beat it.
I don't know, they were fucking adding it like fucking 10 months ago. They were fucking adding it, these dirty bastards, man. And now they're shitting on it while everything's pumping. It's funny to watch. It's really funny to watch. But the main point I wanted to say was DeFi, real DeFi, is cash. That's just the way I see it. Mm-hmm. DeFi is cash. Your paper money is dog shit. DeFi is the new cash, like true DeFi. And like running it from your own thing and all the rest of it, the IPFS, like download it, run it from your own fucking source. Like that is literally the new cash. If you want to do real cash in the future, then that is the way you need to do it. Simple as.
I don't think people realize how short of a time crypto has been in the world. It's less than 20 years. Currency, as we know it, paper fiat, that's been around for 200 years plus. Before that, we were trading with gold and silver and what's that? Bartering, doing the barter system before that. That was hundreds of years. So when you guys, Captain, SJ, so many others have said, we are just in the beginning. We are in the beginning. And it's going to be rough until things get hammered out. And once that happens, it's going to run smooth as glass.
Yeah, there's, any new market, first of all, any new market, let alone a market that is trying to replace financial products, is going to have volatility, lots of volatility. New projects that come into that market are going to have lots of volatility. And we see that. I mean, it's evident, it's clear. We understand this. And people that are coming new to this space need to understand that and need to understand, we've got to take some time, more effort, more onboarding. The space has to grow before it will start to stabilize. I mean, we're looking at Bitcoin now, and its market is starting to stabilize. Yes, it's having, big pump. But when you talk about it Xing itself exponentially, it's lost that. The volatility is starting to go away. Look at the climb that it's on right now. It's not doubling or tripling. It's pumping, and percentages are being gained. So the market is starting to calm down a little bit. And I think after the next few cycles, you're going to see the crypto space really start to be tame. But it's the wild, wild west right now. Look at Bitcoin. The first few years of getting into Bitcoin was when you were going to make all of your money, and then just think, Bitcoin went to this last run. It was just 10 years. It went 6 million X in 10 years, and Hex is already 4 years old now. Look at the timelines. Bitcoin's history is already, Hex is almost half its age. Oh boy, we got another Hexagon coming in. So things are starting to smooth out. The markets are starting to smooth out. It's going to take a few more cycles, but people that are new need to know this and understand this, that, hey, these things drop 80, 90%. And if you are investing, if you are getting involved, then you need to have, some stones and be able to weather the storm. And when you do put skin in the game, make sure it's thick. Let me bring up our other Hexagon that just jumped in. It is the one, the only Inviting Freedom. How are you doing, my friend?
Oh, Captain, hello, beautiful people.
Hi.
Cap, where's my intro?
Oh, hold on one second.
Yeah.
Do we have it in here? Where is it?
Hold on, everybody. We got to do the intro.
Yep.
Inviting freedom.
Oh,
there you go.
All right. Now we're in business. Now it's official. What is going on? Listen, all this freedom talk, Rob, DG, you guys are just pulling the punch. That's awesome. This is the type of stuff I love to hear. The thought of abundance. So that this is the mentality that we really need to get into. So I don't think I've met you guys before, but I'm loving what I'm hearing. So I had to come on and harass everybody. And I also have some other stuff to talk about. I have a plug, and it's Cap. Are we?
What?
Yeah. No, this is the plug. So, I'm just gonna jump right into it because
does it have anything to do with trees?
I hope so.
Actually, it does, but
okay,
right? Wasn't intended to be. That's hilarious. So, I wanted everybody to think about the abundance mentality, since that's what we're talking about. And we have another particular member of our community, the Rags, the soulless ginger. Okay, and he's doing this this 72-hour fast, which is so amazing because health is amazing, and autophagy and all those amazing things. What's pretty cool is I saw that he's doing like it's sort of like trying to raise money. So for the 72 hours, you can go to his page and you can donate, you could pledge by hour or whatever, and then at the end of the 72 hours he's gonna take all those bands and he's gonna gift people on Christmas. So I was just like, well, it's funny because I also happen to be running a fundraiser sort of thing, and so I want everyone to vote and let us know who is going to be the better fundraiser person. And let me tell you about my fundraiser real quick. You guys heard of Chef Kabui. So we I partnered with a local guy. They're actually just like a band. They're called Northeastern Corners. And they do like woodworking on the side. To raise money during the week, a starving artist type of shit that we have to do. Oh, stuff. Sorry, stuff. That's my New York side coming out. I'm so sorry. I'm such a dirty nasty.
It's not effing Hangout. It's okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, okay. So he is creating these. Well, he's crafting them. These cutting boards. Right, because Chef Kabui with our sustainable farms, we need to raise some funds for our next phase. Right, we're expanding. We have 3 little areas going right now, and I mean, like, it's getting bigger, but we're ready to take on more stuff. So anyway, he's making these cutting boards, and we're putting Hex and Pulse logos in the corner. Okay, and so for a donation of, forget this, $55.55, right? You can own one of these amazing, freshly milled, ethically sourced cutting boards. And obviously all the funds go to our sustainable farm, Chef Kabui's farm. And I could give you the link. You could go check that out. Yeah.
SJ will put the link up. So are you telling me that these trees are humanely killed?
Well, I'm not sure about that.
I'm just saying, you said ethical treatment. I just want to know how these trees are murdered and chopped up into pieces to create these
Put the
cutting
links in the
boards.
private chat.
Sneak up them.
I'll put them in the description too.
Like,
No,
I
you're
am,
actually.
I am thoroughly interested. Now the proceeds. Where is the donation and the proceeds going to go to?
So we have a big list of the things that we want to I could bring it up right now. So we've been partnering like with different like universities and things like that whenever we get a chance, but it's always like just like little people, and people think that we're like some big, or we're not a nonprofit, we're not like a charity organization. This isn't some third party disconnected trash. This money goes directly to us, right? Obviously, from you to us. And then we are the ones who are on the ground implementing this. I'm talking like Chef. We have meetings every single day with the people in Kenya. He goes to Kenya all the time. So he's back and forth. We have 3 areas, Kitengela, Naivasha, and Jumbi. And I mean, like, it's insane what we've created so far. But there's a specific list and the money that we're trying to raise right now. And I can bring that up. Hold on one second. Because we have a wonderful ally at, I think it's Rutgers University that she works for. But she's been, pushing it out on the academic side for me, because it's like, not everyone's interested in this type of thing. But it's crazy to see the stuff that we actually can do with just a little bit fun. Like, guys, we've been privately funding these farms ourselves. I'm talking like with Hex. This was the original. This started with Hex Kitchen. Now, if you're not an OG Hexican, you don't have the privilege of remembering this, but the very first Hex Twitter space that was ever held was actually held by me accidentally and RG. We were the the first ever Twitter space, which is hilarious. But after that, I had just ended up like just randomly, I'm like, what is this new function, right? And I hit it and I'm joined into space. RG comes in and the freaking horde comes in after him. Then all of a sudden we have a bunch of people. I don't even know how this thing works. We're trying to figure it out. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And you're like, what is this? Like, I'm like, I don't know. But it was so cool. And after that, we had like the Hex Kitchen for a little while, which is just about health and stuff like that. But do you remember that, RG? Do you remember that you have the title?
I do remember, but I forgot that we were the first ones. I knew that it was like the feature just launched like right as you hit the button. You're like, what is this thing that just showed up? And you hit it. Exactly. And we started talking, and it turned into like a little Hex meetup / health food talk, and it was very cool. But I forgot that it was the first one. That is cool.
It's funny because people in the Twitter spaces, they mention it all the time, and they remind me, like when I'll go in, they're like, oh, that's inviting, she held the first Twitter space with RG, and I'm like, yeah, but it was all RG, because if he didn't jump in, no one else would have followed, but
yeah, there was like 5 extra people showed up after that, but yeah. So
what it's going to, right?
What's that?
Well, you want to know what it's going to. I brought up the letter. And okay, so she's an associate professor at the University of North Carolina at Greensboro. We have a couple allies, but anyway, she sort of like started to spearhead, and she's just like asking for donations with her academic, among that type of arena. And then I was just like, how cool would it be if we ask for donations, but then also can give someone something that's like, cool. And so I was trying to find something that aligns with our principles, because you don't want to do like that drop shipping, print on demand, let me just slap a thing, because you don't know ethically. You have to find, is it ethically sourced? Like what's going on? Who are these people? Who am I funding? And so I found this guy, like these starving artists, these musicians, they're so cool. Like you would just love them. And they're like, yeah, we'll do it. So I was like, okay, cool. So this is what we have going. For our next phase, we're trying to, we need 10,000 for a cob house, for a couple cob houses for staff, because what's happening is we're growing a lot of food, like incredible amounts of food, and people are wanting to get free stuff. And we don't have a lot of people at all three of our little areas. They'll all stay together in one area, then, depending like what's going on, if they're harvesting or, whatever. So we want to get some cob houses up for people to stay, to actually in one of the in Naivasha, so they can stay and sleep there. Then we need a couple thousand for an organic seed bank. We're doing animal living quarters for our goat shed, our chicken coop, cow shed. We have to finish. There's I wish you guys could see what it is, but it's our administrative building. We have to get some plumbing done, a septic system. We're doing a biogas system for the cooking and heating, and then some kitchen cabinets and pantry. So it's just the second phase. And I love crypto so much because I was like, how cool would it be to do a freaking roadmap? Like when you see like these bomb ass shit coins doing like these roadmaps, but the roadmap is cool though. Like it shows you like where we are and like where we're going. I was like, how cool would it be so people can actually see what we've done, what we've built, and where we're going, like what our end goal is. So we're doing that too. So anyway,
I definitely want some trees murdered for some Christmas presents for me, for my friends, and give them some Hexican cutting boards. And I definitely got to get one. I just got a new barbecue put in my backyard, and I want one of those cutting boards for my barbecue for sure. So make sure that we get. This is like, I know SJ's like chomping at the bit right now because this is like straight up her wheelhouse. She's the hippy dippy. I love it. Plant I can't say gardener. She is like a real farmer. I don't know if everybody knows this about SJ. She's like a farmer. Like she was out there like producing organic, like for lots of people, not like just a little. Yeah, she was a sustainable, organic, hippy dippy farmer out there. Yes,
that is amazing.
Right in her wheelhouse.
I already loved you, SJ. I already loved you. Well, Cap, I want to send you a board. I want to send SJ a board. I'm gonna buy that for you guys for Christmas.
Oh,
and let's do a giveaway too, because I also participate. I give my friends all the time, but I would like to do it in the form of a board too. I think that'd be fun. So what do you think? Like we'll do a giveaway today of a board, and then next Friday, because I'm only going to host it for a couple days because I want to get the boards out to everybody before Christmas. That's ideal.
Yeah.
And our guy has to get started on them and know like what to put on them, because I'm offering either a Hex logo, a Pulse logo, or Chef's surprise logo. And I say that because he did some awesome, he has like these phrases. Okay. You guys know what a neologist is?
No, but I'm sure we're going to find out.
Okay. So a neologist is just like someone who sees acronyms or something and they like make a new phrase or a new word like all the time. Right. So it's like an innovative linguisticor type person.
I do that when people tell me I'm full of shit because I'm making words up.
No, you are a neologist, baby. Listen,
damn straight.
There's a word for that shit, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. I love it.
So Chef is like always doing like this. He's so amazing, but he cracks us up because he'll always like rephrase or say something. Like for example, KFC according to Chef is sorry for you. This is triggering for any KFC lovers, but he refers to it as killing families consciously, right?
Or killing fucking chickens.
That, oh my God, that's hilarious.
Hey, I'm a ufologist.
You are so funny. But yeah, so he's always doing like little funny phrases like that. And he kind of, he refers to either the good food, the organic, ethically sourced food as just food, right? And then the crap food, the poisonous, herbicide, pesticide, processed, all this crap, that's called fiat food, right? You see it? Oh,
Gotcha.
yeah. So yeah, that's
dirty fiat food. I had a bunch of that on the ship this last week.
Don't tell Chef. Do not tell Chef. You will be so disappointed. But yeah, so you get to do a Hex logo, a Pulse logo, or Chef's little surprise logo, which he found like this interesting. I don't know if it's like a symbol of his village, but anyway, and that's how the neologist comment. Sorry, I must have ADHD. Guys, you are so wonderful. Look how patient everybody is. They're like living through my trash. This is amazing. I see like Captain's like he's like right on the edge right there, that precarious edge of like, all right, let's change the subject. Like I'm itching, I'm crawling on my skin. I love you so much, Captain. Thank you so much for letting me talk all this trash. But yeah, that's where that comes from. So he has like this really cool image that he's going to like unveil, and you could get whichever one you want. And we're going to give a little like a special recipe that's going to come from his specific cuisine, and a on how he like oils up his boards. With instead of like using like tongue oil or whatever up to oil your cutting boards, he has his own special oil, and everything is being packaged by me. So I'm going to be doing all of the work.
You hear that, fellas? You get to have it packaged by Inviting Freedom if you get a murder tree cutting board. Come on now. Come on.
He's always going to pirate everything. Murder tree.
I remember that, when you came on the last time you had one of these, really cool things that you brought to the community, it was about the trees, right? It was about your Arbor Day thing.
And, Arbor Day, yeah.
It was the Arbor Day thing. I remember that. And you came in and threw Arbor Day out there and got everybody all fired up on tree hugging. And yeah, you too, SJ. I've literally, guys, check this out. So where were we? I can't remember. Oh, I think we were in Charlotte. We were in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we're walking down the street. And we come to this park, and we start walking into this park, and literally, like this literally happened. SJ all of a sudden gets this like sparking in her eye, and she starts moving faster than me, and she's passing me up, and she runs over, and there's this big giant tree there, and she grabs onto it and starts talking, kissing, hugging, and loving on this tree. And I was like, you didn't really just do that, did you? And she's like, no, this tree needed a hug, and I did. And I was like, okay. So we really have a tree hugger here in our friend SJ.
He knows. That's wisdom there. I love her. You're so lucky.
It was interesting to watch. It was very interesting.
I'd
heard the term tree hugger before. I never knew that there were actually people that like literally just saw one and went, oh, this one really needs it. And she did. I was like, wow, mind blown.
Yeah. So I won't scare everybody and tell everybody that you could like talk to trees and they'll respond. Look at it.
Okay. That's for a net. We'll do that on it. We need to have a chatting with the captain. You need to come on my show, and we need to get you on my show so we can talk about things.
I'm gonna line that up.
Just about vibration. All different.
Yes, you
things.
Serious. You and I need to get into a real conversation about all kinds of different things.
100%.
I'd scare people.
No way.
Nah, this community? Are you kidding me? Come on. You should see some of the shit these folks do. Oof. Good God. In the back, behind the scenes, some of them, let alone the stuff they show everybody up in front, the stuff that goes on behind the scenes in some of these Hexicans lives.
Yeah, you and SJ.
I'm sorry. What was that, DG? We keep cutting you off. What were you saying?
No. I was just saying, all you need to do is look at charts to see how things people respond to vibrations.
Yeah, see, he knows.
Much like in nature.
Yeah, and we do. We need more of that. We need more getting in touch with the universal approach to life. And I'm glad that like even folks like yourself and SJ that kind of live on. I apologize for using the hippy dippy name, but I mean it's like, to me it's like you guys are in tune with your universal connection to everything, and I do appreciate that. But it's not something that people do on a regular basis. It's not people that expose it on a regular basis. So
it's not true. Everyone does it in their own way, RG. Like, I have to interrupt there because, like, you do it in a very good way, sir. You do it in a very good way. Like, you're kind of off-putting it as like something that you don't do and that other people do, but you do it.
No, I do it.
You do.
No, I know I do. It's everybody has their way of doing it, and but yeah, inviting. I love your approach, and you don't come hang around with us enough, and I don't want Kinetics to scare you away. I want you to keep coming back around here. He's usually not. He's usually not on. Is that where we can get the cutting boards there?
Yeah, forgive like the chop shop, pun intended, like that I've ever created. I didn't really know how to do or like how to even sell this to people on. So I mean, like besides like Etsy. So I just did like some Shopify store. It took me all day to figure out how to do this. It was not as easy. Either that or I'm getting old and I don't want to know which one it is. But yeah, so, and also listen, if you guys want to donate through a different way, if you want to do crypto, of course we always accept crypto. So on that link there is, I'm not sure if I did my email, but
I see that you got a pulse address and an ETH address on there.
Yeah, I did the ETH in case because some people were talking about USDC and I don't know. I just wanted to offer it all.
Look at that cutting board. That is a cool looking cutting board with a Hex logo on it.
Do you know what?
And I'm going to have SJ talk to you. Let's get the chef on the show too.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was supposed to.
Would he do it?
Oh, yeah, of course he would. But you guys be prepared. Like this, he's like the coolest guy, but he has he's like 10 times worse. No, he's 10 times better than me, where the knowledge is actually valuable and you can enjoy listening to him talk through his ears or breathe through his ears while he talks. I think Bob had mentioned that in the chat. That was hilarious, by the way, Bob. But and he will change your life and he can make you feel so shitty about eating fiat food, but he will make you like so excited. I've done.
RG needs that.
I am telling you, and his food, his cuisine is actually really, really good. It's so different, guys. Like if you've never had like African cuisine, like genuine, I mean, all organic. Hold on, I forgot. Okay. He wants me to offer people to take a pledge if you get the cutting board, and the pledge is to only cut just food on the cutting board, which means it can only be organic food, okay? And so and none of the processed crap, but he will ride you and he'll deconstruct your entire kitchen, tell you everything to throw away. He'll explain the pots, the pans, the tin foil. He cooks with freaking water, chef. But wait, like I called you chef, I meant captain. See, I'm getting excited. He's coming through, but it's crazy because he uses the juices. Like it's like a science, chemical, crazy thing that he uses, like the juices of the other foods just at the right times to, what is it called? to just to keep it going, and it's just incredible. So he doesn't use oils, he doesn't use butters to cook, and no sugar. Like he does like the coolest things. Like, okay, he uses tamarinds to add like this sweetness to this rice. Oh my gosh, this French, it is so good. And the crazy thing is, like, if you eat this, you will feel, and I'm not exaggerating. Every time I've done, we call it chef food, right? This is what we call in our own little community of which is me, chef, and like 2 other people. We have, like we call it chef food, and you feel so good and you lose weight. This guy is like in his 50s and he wears the same pair of pants that he wore in high school. Bro, we FaceTime him in the morning and he is doing pull-ups at like in his late 50s. Like, what the heck? This guy he's incredible. So anyway, you will learn a lot about all the different ways. And oh my gosh, SJ, you guys are gonna go crazy because the seed bank stuff. I didn't know that organic seeds like are not, you actually have to have heirloom and organic. I didn't know that was even a thing. And he's like talking about like these seeds that are so old, like $300 for like these. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, because they're heirloom, so it's like, it's crazy. So anyway.
Yeah, really, and we're losing our seeds. There's like, for instance, corn is almost extinct now because of Monsanto. Like you almost don't have strains of corn anymore. And in South America, they're trying to hold on to it and keep as many of the old strains of corn as they can because of the contamination and what's happening out there. I get it. I understand it. I live comfortably in reality, I guess, is my problem. Because SJ, being on the tour with SJ this last year, she's been always talking about, eating right, eating an organic, eating better. I tend to be able to break through and sway her into going and having those fried green tomatoes and, pork bellies versus, the organic hippy dippy stuff. But she's been making, because and she's always talking about the longevity and what's his name? Gosh darn it, our guy,
Aubrey,
and longevity and food and all that is part of it too. And if we're going to get to multiple 15-year stakes, we need to all start eating better, eating right, taking care of ourselves, and this is part of it. I'm looking forward to it. I'm still trying to do better. I've been, on this diet thing for the last 2 years, and I've lost close to 35, 40 pounds, and gained a few back on the cruise, of course, but working on getting it back down. But it's not necessarily the dieting, but it's the quality of the food too, like what you're talking about. And I will honor it and get my cutting board, and I will only cut good food on it. It might look new for a little while, but I'll cut good organic food on my cutting board.
Oh, that is so cool. That makes me excited. So yeah. And I said too, like, we'll do a giveaway, Cap, if you want. Today we'll give one away, your choice. And then we'll do one next weekend too.
Okay.
Friday.
Okay. We'll figure that out. We'll let SJ help us figure that out. We'll
try and
listen. As someone that is in that industry and has been for almost 20 years now, one of the main things I recommend to people, like nutritionally wise, is eat fresh and eat local.
Yes.
It's kind of simple that way. Eat fresh, eat local.
I got to admit, I'm a foodie. I like bad food, good food, you name it. I
Same.
But when I was at Burning Man with Kool-Aid this last Burning Man deal, they had a kitchen for us, and the lady that cooked there, it was all like, it was organic. It was stuff that I'd really never spent time eating before, couscous and all this other stuff, and avocados stuffed with herbs and all these things, and hardly any meat. you know, and the food that they created and the vegetables and the fruits. I mostly ate vegetables and fruits and legumes there, but the meat that they had was few and far between, but it was delicious. It was all really, really good. And I felt great. I felt great eating that whole week there. Didn't have a bunch of, garbage when we ate at Burning Man. That was good. So, but for some reason,
well, that's where eat fresh and eat local comes into play. That's why I use those terms: eat fresh and eat local. And then there's certain, if you want to dive into it, genetic aspects of it as well, like where's your genealogy based from. But yeah, eat fresh, eat local. So, like for instance, I'm in Britain, so I try to only eat stuff that is produced on this island because it is native to me and especially to a main part of my genealogy. You know what I mean? So I'm not about to follow some the Maasai diet or some way up in the hills in the Acapulco Mountains in the South of America diet. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm eating fresh. I'm eating local. You know what I mean? Avocados, they're not a thing for me.
There is one thing that is amazing. If you have a local farm that does non-GMO feeds, non-GMO animals that are pasture raised, the flavors and the taste that you get that are compared to what is, I don't want to say mass produced, but the big farms that are out there.
Factory farmed.
Exactly. It's so...
Yeah. Factory farmed and GMOs are different things. I mean, one thing, I did a blog about this years ago. Is like, you want non-GMO food as far as crops and stuff like that, then good luck. Good luck with that. Like it can be labeled as non-GMO as you want, but the way that winds and everything else move with regards to the farming and everything that's going on in the Amazon and all the rest of it, good luck if you want non-polluted food, but eat local, eat fresh.
I even saw some strange incidents that happened where so there's Monsanto corns grow, and obviously they pollinate and they reach into other farms who don't grow the Monsanto corn, and when they touch those farmers' crops and the corn turns into Monsanto corn, without the farmer even knowing that this has happened, these farmers have actually been sued by the companies and have lost because they're growing Monsanto corn that has been contaminated. Their fields have been contaminated, and they had nothing to do with it. And Monsanto sued these folks and won. Crazy.
This is the game that people don't understand. Yeah.
Yeah,
so real quick,
it's a game that's been played since post World War II. It's like, it's fascinating.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to post this in the chat. This is what we're going to do. If you or someone you love is going to use this cutting board and actually use it, I want you to type 5555 in the chat. I will then compile those names, put them into a random drawing generator machine. Beep, boop, bop, 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 and we'll choose a winner. So you've got 2 to 5 minutes to type 5555 in the chat if you would like to win the cutting board that we are giving away right now. Do it now. Do it.
You're so cool. I love her so much.
I can't access the chat. 555, so
there we go. Oh, look, Hex Siren's in there.
What's up, girl? Look at her hide lurking in the shadows until the cutting board competition comes out.
Powerful Hexican ladies
something
are
free
out. Babalava.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a little bit.
Light.
Give it a few minutes. You guys can go talk amongst yourselves.
Hey, Maddie Ellen's in the chat room. Hey, Maddie, how you doing? Maddie just called me yesterday, I believe today we had a conversation. Good to see you, Maddie. Do we see the captain's wheel again? That's a sore subject. We don't want to put my wheel out there because, and it was legit. That was legit too. I can't believe that Dorsey brought that up. You should get a timeout for that one, Dorsey. I don't think you don't remember that, SJ. Maybe nobody here remembers that.
I heard the story. You told me the story.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I set up one of those wheels that you just go to you pull it offline or whatever, and you put everybody's name in it. Well, we put everybody's name in it. It was for Big Payday. And it was for Big Payday, I believe. And we had at the time, we had one of the Hexicans that was being very, very generous to the community and gave millions of hex to us to give away. Millions. And we were doing a wheel to spin. And before we spun the wheel, he asked that me and Hexo put our names on it. He said, I want you and Hexo to put your names on this next spin. And so we did. We put our names on it and we said, thank you. And we spun and it came up to me. And so everybody thought it was Ski Cat. Bless Ski Cat. But
I remember that. That was hilarious.
And then I never lived it down. Everyone thought I set it up and it was a true spin of the wheel and yes, and I won the million hex.
I will never forget that. My love
a lot of people
looked at me. He looked at me so fast, like his neck got whiplash, and he says, "No, that did not just happen." I'm just like, yes. I'm like, is he joking? Are they joking? They're joking. They're joking. Like, no, like, oh my gosh, it's so funny.
People still think I fixed that, like it was fixed. It was not. That was not
only the people that don't know you, Cap. We knew. If you know, you know.
It was insane.
And you give a shout out to Loggy33 5555. My PO box is IPFS is okay. I love that. Shout out to you.
That's great.
Guys, it's 5 a.m. here. I have to teach clients at 11. So I'm going to have to check out. It's been
all right, DJ.
It's been a pleasure. I haven't been on in a while. I wish I could get on more, but I work on Saturday mornings now, so I can't do it so much. But
thanks for coming. We appreciate it.
Thank you to
nice seeing you. Talking to you.
Oh, there's a question inviting. Is it US only?
It is in the on the website, but if you just email me, I could definitely hook something up. Just email us at the Hex Kitchen, or do invitingfreedom@gmail.com and just let me know, and we can definitely hook something.
Perfect.
Yeah, guys.
Are you gonna do this now? We're gonna one more minute, everybody.
Ooh, yes. You got one more minute to get your name in if you want it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I wanted to ask one question here. You guys have a new platform started. It's on Facebook. Is that correct?
Yeah, just this evening I started I had a PulseChain Tour page created months ago, and I didn't do much with it. And then tonight, because I wanted to stream this stream on Facebook, I went ahead and created a group. So I learned that in order to stream on Facebook from StreamYard, you have to have a group on Facebook. So there is now a PulseChain Tour 2024 group. Join it and spread it around, and we will be streaming live on that channel as often as possible until they kick us off. But also that's going to be where you'll find information on Facebook for the PulseChain Tour coming up at you next year.
Nice. I'll definitely share that out.
5, 10, wait, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do it, SJ. Spin the wheel.
Give me I can't spin the wheel yet. Hold on. I'm still putting the names in.
Oh, okay. So Hex Logic was the last name that gets in. And once you put the names in, you can pull it up. We'll hit the button.
I'm gonna try to do
let
that.
everybody watch it. And I can order directly from that site, right? Where's the site at? Cutting Board Fundraiser. There it is. Yes. I got to figure out how many Christmas gifts I need. I'm going to get some for Christmas gifts.
And Dorsey, I'm not. I mean, I'm only going to give it to people who really want it. How do you know these people want it? Because Dorsey's like this on behalf of this person and behalf of this person. And
oh, Dorsey, just trying to make things difficult on you.
I know.
And by the way, everybody, the amicus brief that Crypto Coffee and Kinetics has put up has now 36,500 signatures. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. I'm really proud of you, Hexicans. Keep going. Keep up the work on that. Don't stop. I'm going to paste it in here now. If you haven't, or you're new here or whatever, go to PulsePetition.org and go and sign that thing for freedom of speech through crypto DeFi, through DeFi crypto.
I gotta say that guy, who was the guy that was working with Kinetics and them with that? What
Coffee or the other gentleman?
The other guy. Let me tell you guys something.
One whose idea it was?
He was pitching. He was in Twitter Spaces, pitching this for months and months and months. I mean, like, and even I first ran into him. It had to have been about 2 years ago when he was doing like serious stuff about trying to organize people.
Robert Barnes, that's his name.
Yeah, that dude, like, he's the real deal. And I just wanted to give him some credit for his constant dedication. And it's just incredible. I've been in a few situations with him where we've tried to set some stuff up and I've lost steam because of other people's disinterest. You mother evers. You lazy. But oh wait, is this the winner? This
is the wheel.
All right.
I don't know how to get rid of that non-existent spot. So if that happens, we'll have to spin again because there's no way I can't delete.
Just put RG's name in there.
No, you already get one.
Oh wait, no, don't. Dude, do not put me on there.
You ready? Here we go.
I couldn't stand winning again.
Let's go.
Oh, here it goes. Here it goes. Who is going to win the cutting board? Boy, I'm glad you didn't put my name in there.
Of course it would do that. All right. One more time.
Hilarious.
I'm telling you, these damn wheels, man. I'm getting flashbacks.
What is that? Murphy's Law? My God.
Don't do it again. So that was
Melv Tony does win it.
Cool.
That was Dorsey on behalf of Melv Tony.
Yay.
I did give him that one because he said it twice, and we all love Melv Tony. So
Melv, email me at invitingfreedom@gmail.com and give me your delivery address and which logo you'd like, the Pulse logo, the Hex logo, or Chef Surprise logo.
Oh.
Is that a real phone?
Yeah, sorry guys. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back.
Is that a landline?
Right? Awesome. Yeah,
I'm glad we didn't bunga that one.
I think Melv Tony is the first like person in the chat that I ever noticed. You know, like you go into your streams for the first time and you're just watching these streams happen and you start to notice people in the chat that are saying things and doing stuff. And Melv Tony was definitely the first person that I was like, look at this person doing this thing. That's pretty neato. And for now, as long as I've been in this space, he has continued to do that and expanded the breadth and width of his information that he gives us. So
that is just so cool. That really worked out wonderful. We got trolled a little bit by the wheel, then they showed up. The wheel showed up because I feel really good about that. Mel, you're awesome. Thank you for your services. You're pretty cool. Very cool.
Yeah. Well, Inviting Freedom, thanks for coming and hijacking the show and bringing it to a place where we can talk about trees once again. Love you, girl. All right, everybody. We appreciate you guys. We are 2 hours into this, and we are going to be calling it a night. Thank you. See you on Monday. We have a political or a this is going to be fun.
Either
A
way.
lobbyist is going to come onto my show.
He's a crypto lobbyist.
Yes, a crypto.
All right.
But
Yeah,
let's see what direction he's going. All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming. Don't forget the F and Hangout too.
Can't wait. Love you guys.
See ya. Bye-bye.